What's up, Rewatchers? It's Dustin here to let you know that this show may feature strong or inappropriate language, so please be mindful of who around you can hear it. Also, we assume that you've at least watched the show or the episode we will be discussing. If not, just be warned that there are spoilers ahead. But really, it's your fault because these shows have been out for a while. Enjoy.
If I ever leave you a voice note now, I'm going to say, Dustin, remember to do whatever task, and like I say, do not disappoint me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to lock my windows and my doors. Hello, Rewatchers. Welcome back to the Rewatch Recap. I am Dustin, your host, and with me again is Chelley from Tell the Point Horror Book Club. Wow.
Woohoo!
Happy dance for Chelley.
Woohoo! I don't know where that came from.
Hey, I'll go with it. I went along with it. We're happy.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're back for another Misfits Series 2 episode 3 to be exact, and I was trying to figure out a title for this, and I think I thought of one finally last minute. I didn't even write it down.
I struggled with this one to think of a title. Go on then.
It's Alisha Through the Looking Glass.
Oh, no one can top that. That's brilliant. That is genius.
Instead of Alice, Alisha, kind of works.
Yeah, I love that. The only thing I came up with was TikTok. For obvious reasons. Yeah.
Tick-tock on the clock. Yeah. I wonder if was Kesha out then at that point? I don't remember. It might have been just before that. But
yeah, it might have been before. Yeah.
It could have worked. We don't know. Possible.
But, yeah,
okay, let's go ahead and jump right into this episode.
Yeah, so much happens in this one.
It's crazy. Here we go with Misfits Series 2, Episode 3. Previously on Misfits, Nathan is, quote, immortal. Some masked guy is helping them out and saving them left and right. Simon followed him home and takes the gang with them there to investigate, but it turns out, as Curtis leaves, the real occupant of the flat turns up to be a woman he met in a flash forward of the future, where they were, like, making out and stuff.
Yeah.
So,
sexy times.
A lot of stuff going on there. Now, as Alisha walks home, someone is following her. She turns, and finally she finds a mugger who wants her bag, and he rips her necklace off of her, and suddenly the masked vigilante guy shows up and kicks that mugger's ass.
Yeah!
And it's nice, right? Yeah, everybody's happy about this. So the guy runs off, and the masked guy grabs Alicia's bare hand and helps her up. And she realizes, you're touching me.
Yeah.
And nothing is happening to him.
He's like, what's the word? He's not affected by her powers in any shape or form. He's not wearing gloves, nothing. Oh, is he wearing gloves?
That might mean something. We'll see. So he looks at her really quickly, and then he jumps away and he disappears, jumping off the side of the railing. Like, wow.
So cool.
Misfits opening. Here's another chance at the Misfits song. Shelley's going to go woohoo.
Woo! I'm sure I do different every time. It's like a nice surprise.
And?
Yeah.
Okay, we are back, and it's a random parking lot, and the gang we're waiting on the probation worker, and he drives up to tell them, "Hey, throw that shit in the skip," which in American means throw the trash in the dumpster.
Oh wow, how different! No, it's just oh dear, I prefer the American word.
Yeah, it's a little nicer. But anyway, so he pretty much leaves immediately, and Nathan opens up this old fridge and finds a beer in there, and he's like, cool. And he doesn't even take the plastic off, and he shares it with Kelly. They just drink it, this random beer.
Yeah. They don't
at least wipe off the mouth part. I mean,
oh yeah, I'd have to, wouldn't you? So, I'd have to give it a little around
I have to
it.
do that now. Like, after I've thought about it, I was like, I'm putting my mouth constantly on this outside rim that anybody has touched, and maybe I'll clean this.
Yeah.
I don't want this.
I'm the same.
So, yeah. Anyway, yeah. Ugh. So she says, hey, do you want to come with me while I go get my tattoo touched up? And he's like, oh, I don't know. She overhears Curtis thinking, so they're a thing now? And no, that's never going to work. That kind of thing. I'm like, well, that sucks. Like, keep your thoughts to yourself, Curtis.
Stop thinking.
Shut your mind up.
Yeah.
Anyway, Simon, he's going through the bottom half of like a mannequin while Alisha is like, has anybody seen that masked guy lately? Trying to get some information.
Trying to get the intel, yeah.
Yeah. So Simon's like, I haven't, and she's like, I wonder why he led you to that girl's flat. And Simon says, well, maybe he, maybe he wanted to let us know that we were on to him, or maybe it's something else entirely. And she gets mad, like, you're supposed to know this stuff.
Because at this point, I think that's a valid comment, because normally he does know.
Yeah. But still, I mean, like,
yeah.
And he's like, why are you so interested? And she's like, she just snaps and says, I just am, okay?
Yeah.
It's a bit unnecessary, so I'm not buying any of this.
Yeah, a little bit snappy. Yeah. I think she's,
Alisha can, I don't know. It makes me mad. I like who Alisha becomes later, but like,
same. At this point in time, she's a little bit irritating sometimes.
Yeah, it's like she didn't learn her lesson still. Like, girl, be nice to people. Later on, Nathan and Simon go with Kelly to get her tattoo worked on, and Kelly says, Simon, you should get one, but he's like, no, I'm afraid of needles. No. And Nathan sees a picture of a tattooed on the wall and asks who it is. And the artist says, it's mine. And he says he did it to express how he felt after his girlfriend left him. And Nathan's like, well, couldn't you just get drunk and sleep with a prostitute? And the artist, he gets really weird about it.
Yeah.
And he gets each tattoo and it's meant to feel something when he gets the tattoo. You have to feel it. You tattoo people are weird. I'm sorry.
He says it with such conviction as well, like, and he's like this kind of big burly tattoo guy, and I'm like, oh.
He's not bad looking. You're kind of like, hey, a little bit. Too many tattoos for me. Just turn me off. I'm like, okay, can I not see your real skin? Are you that? Okay. Anyway, so and you get too many tats, and then you're like, I don't know why. I just don't. I get everybody. Oh, it's the rush. I'm like, so you're getting addicted to the adrenaline when you got the tattoo. Yeah. And so you get more tattoos to get that adrenaline again. It's called an addiction. Hello. Anyway.
And I think it suits some people more than others as well, I think.
Yeah. And there's certain areas that just don't look good on anybody.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
Yeah.
Like certain tattoos, especially big ones, big tattoos on like your calf or something. I'm just like, why? Why? Why put it on your legs at all? I don't get it.
Yeah.
Or they put one on their butt. And you're like, why? You're ruining what your butt could look like. And now I got to see this. Anyway, okay. I'm sorry. I digress. So, yeah. So the guy is obviously hitting on Kelly, and Nathan notices, and he baits this guy. Like,
he's brave.
Oh my God. He says like, oh, this tattoo on this wall looks kind of gay. And of course, that's the tattoo that the artist has like on his neck.
Yes.
And then he steps further into it, saying that it would look gay on Nathan because he goes, it wouldn't look gay on me because I have such a beautiful face. Not that you're ugly or anything, but have you looked in a mirror? That's what he says.
Oh, it's just so like, and you're thinking, oh, he's pushing the boundary a little bit.
I know, he's like, no offense, man. No offense. Like,
I would be offended.
Oh man, the way that guy looks at him, and Simon's like, oh, and so he looks over both of them, and he says, and he goes, none taken, and he does this like little whammy action. You see this happen, and I'm like, let me guess, and Nathan goes, ow. So I'm like, oh, I know Nathan's got a tattoo now.
Yeah,
you just know that. That's what happened. He points his little
kind of
needle.
Cool. Yeah,
it's kind of a neat power, but
yeah.
So as they leave, Nathan asks Simon, "Hey, you want to grab a drink?" And Kelly's like, "What about me?" He's like, "I'm not talking to you. I need some boy time. We need to hang out and get to know each other." And Kelly's like, "You're being a dick." I'm like, "Are you new, Kelly? Do you
Do you know
know this guy?
Nathan? Should we
Have you met him
introduce you?
before?" After another commercial break, Alisha goes back to the spot where the masked guy, rescued her and waits on him. And meanwhile, Simon and Nathan are hanging out in his little hidey spot that he stays at in the community center.
Yeah.
I don't know what to call it. It's kind of a lofty type area.
Yeah, I think it's just like a balcony type
kind of, yeah. It's above a doorway.
Yeah.
Anyway, so Nathan is like, he's getting really chummy with Simon and asking, "Hey, would you take your jacket off and relax?" And Simon's like, "What is going on?"
And
so
we're all going, "What is going on?"
Like, it's kind of hot, but
yeah.
So Simon kind of does, and he sits down, and Nathan, keeps giving these like creepy, lingering looks.
It's the eyes, isn't it?
Yes.
It's like looking a bit psycho.
He's like, "Hey, why don't we listen to some music?" And he like leans over Simon like all seductively and like to get his phone. I guess he was going to play music from his phone. And he puts on some music, and it's freaking Careless Whisper by George Michael.
Oh, that little saxophone. Yeah. Oh, dear. Yeah.
So anyway.
Simon just kind of sits there. He doesn't really know what to do.
I am so uncomfortable. And so they go, it shows it outside. It is still daylight outside.
Yes.
So this is all happening. Well, I guess the community center is technically still open.
Yeah. It must be. It might have been like, we don't know whether it was like summertime or anything, do we?
I don't know. I don't know when this takes place, but I'm thinking it's more like fall. But
yeah, I thought fall.
Maybe spring, because no, it's more like spring because they always wear like shorts. And yeah, it's probably summer. It's probably spring into summer, I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, Careless Whisper outside. Alisha is waiting and waiting for this guy to show up, and this guy walks by. Some other guy walks by, and so she just randomly goes, "Wanker," and he's like, "What? Did you just say that to me?" And then she's like, "Yeah, you ugly rat-faced." Like, God damn, Alisha! Like, my God.
Like, she really wants to rile him up.
Really? So the guy chases her, and she calls out, "Come on and save me, you prick!" Like yelling out. And she's running and running, and then she like trips at the top of some stairs and falls down the stairs and knocks herself out. And that's when the masked guy shows up and he gets her. Right?
Oh,
like, what happened to the guy that just yelled after her? Like, did he take care of him? Like, I don't know. We didn't see that.
I think in my imagination he did.
But you know what? Maybe he just kind of ran for a minute until she ran off and he stopped. Like, all right, that's right. He scared her and that was enough for him,
Yeah, maybe.
To make her run.
Yeah.
Anyway, so elsewhere, Curtis is waiting for the mystery girl whose flat they broke into the last time. Yeah. And he says he wants to talk to her. And she says, I'm like, I don't, she might thought he wanted to break into her flat and shit in her bed. Classic Nathan.
Yeah.
And he lies and says that, we had the wrong flat. And she says he needs to tell his friend that she needs a new mattress. And then that he wiped his ass in her pajamas. Which, okay. Which, here's something I've noticed lately, and it bothers me. I don't know why. Yeah. But you spell it Pyjamas. Pajamas.
Yeah.
We spell it Pajamas.
Oh, so
pajamas.
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 We say it like pajamas, but
call them,
for us it's pajamas.
Or I call them Jimmy Jammies.
I don't know.
I'm going to put my Jimmy Jammies on.
It's either pajamas, PJs, we'll say PJs.
Yeah.
And, or just sleep pants or something like that,
Yeah.
Like sleep shirt.
For Jimmy Jammies. That might be a me thing, Dustin. Don't quote me on that, whether that's an actual thing.
You heard it here, folks. The first time ever.
Pajimmy Jammies.
All of Britain says Pajimmy Jammies. I'm sorry. She gave it away. She gave away the secret.
Oh, dear. Yeah. If it's not a
Okay.
thing, it needs to be a thing. Like, just get home from work, put my pajama jammies on.
We can make it happen. I'm sure.
Yeah, definitely.
Anyway, so Curtis tells this woman that he, like, I feel like I know you. And she says, oh, you're smooth, and lifts up her skirt and says, oh, go ahead. Make sure you pull my knickers back up when you're done. I'll order a pizza. What the hell's wrong with her? Like,
yeah,
like,
she's got some sass about her, hasn't she?
She's a bitter person, that feels like. And he's like, why are you being such a bitch? And she asks, like, if he was always a weird twat before. And are we done? That's what she says. She asks if he always was a weird twat before, and asking if they are done. I don't know what the hell that means, but so he gets annoyed. He's like, yeah, we're done. He walks off. It's a weird introduction to this situation.
Yeah, it kind of like is good in one way because you're kind of intrigued by her already. Like you want to know a little bit more about
I agree.
her.
So back with Alisha, the masked guy like carries her off. He carries her into an elevator, and we go back. It just keeps going back and forth. And we go back with Nathan and Simon, and Nathan lays down with his feet in the air like a schoolgirl, like like this, his legs kicking behind him, and he's asking Simon, "Tell me anything about you." And Simon's like, "I just bought a DVD box set of Battlestar Galactica." But Nathan's like, "No, I want to hear about your first sexual experience." And Simon just kind of looks at him, and Nathan says, "Do you want to hear about mine?" And Simon's like, no. He just shakes his head, and I don't want to hear this. So Nathan continues, it was one of my mom's friends. I basically was molested on a camping trip is what he's saying. He says she reached her hand over like a friendly snake and it started to wank him off. And Simon points out that, Nathan, your hand is on my leg. And Nathan's like, shh, and shushes him, and then gives him like a quick little peck on the lips. It was kind of hot, but it was also kind of wrong. Like at the same time,
I find it kind of hot in a weird way. Like,
And so, Nathan then goes on for a full-on makeout, and Simon moves away and asks, "What are you doing?" And Nathan says, "I've always wanted to do that, and that I'll be gentle." And then he says, "Let's take our trousers off." And he's lunging at Simon to undo his fly, and he says, "I just want to see it."
Yeah, doesn't he say something like, it's just so hard when you're so cute and I'm so horny and there's only a couple of thin layers of cotton separating our genitals?
Simon runs off and says, come on, come back. We can do some dry humping.
The whole scene. Oh dear. I loved it. Brilliant.
I love it. It's so funny.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Alisha wakes up with digital clocks on all over the walls, and the lights come on around her, and she's in some place, and she really looks around.
Bright white.
It's really
light.
bright.
Yeah.
A lot of fluorescent lighting. So then she sees all these Polaroids of them, her and her friends, the Misfits, basically on the wall, and she's like, oh, and she looks over and she sees the masked vigilante's tactical suit kind of hanging up. She's like, what? And then she sees someone is taking a shower behind some frosted glass. And she slowly walks up and turns the corner, and then the guy turns around and it's Simon.
I always remember that reveal, a bit like, what?
Yeah. And he has this really nice muscly back, and he's got pecs, and
he looks amazing. And I think I did read that they filmed these scenes or some of the scenes quite a while after, so it gave him time to bulk up for the.
So they could show him the before version and the difference.
And I think that's pretty cool. Yeah, because you could see the difference.
Yeah, I think that is really neat. Yeah. They must have filmed this season and the next season back to back or something, at least part of it. Anyway, wow. So a few minutes later, he has on some sweatpants, of course, Just the sweatpants. Give us that nice ab V action going on.
I was loving that. Froze the pause. I can't even speak. I loved it that much.
Zoom, pinch and spread. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. So Alisha asked, when did you start doing all this parkour? And he's like, ever since I travel back in time from the future. And
so
I'm like,
cool.
what? And so he explains that a lot happens between your present day self and me. And she's confused at how can you touch me? And he says, well, things are different in the future. And she asks about the photos and the clocks. And he says, there are things that need to happen at certain times. And I'm here to make sure that they do. Now, where's Sarah Connor?
Yeah.
Do you know where Sarah Connor is?
Oh, I love how you see one of the clocks is already at 0 as well, which is where he'd saved them from from the previous episode, I think it was.
Yeah.
So he's already ticked that off his list.
I wonder how many clocks I didn't know. I didn't count how many clocks he has, but he has a lot. Anyway, so he rubs Alisha's head tenderly and she just nods. And she turns to leave and he says, no matter what happens, you can never tell Simon I'm him.
It's like his
Which
whole
is a
demeanor.
weird sentence.
Yeah. And his whole demeanor in that moment, and even the way he talks is so different from the Simon we currently know, isn't it? Yeah.
This Simon has seen stuff. He knows what's up.
Been through
Yes, he has. Oh, he says not to tell anyone or it could change everything. And she doesn't exactly promise, but there's kind of it feels like there's an understanding that she's not going to say anything.
Yeah.
After another commercial break, we're back at the community center, and Simon tells Kelly that Nathan kissed him and tried to take his trousers off. And Kelly's like, oh, Nathan was just taking the piss, aka goofing around with Simon. Yeah. But Simon says Nathan wanted to do some dry humping. And it seems that's what makes her stop and think about it. Like, oh, wait.
Yeah.
The dry humping, I don't know what that was. But meanwhile, Nathan is writing a love letter to Simon to open his heart and whatnot. It's kind of pathetic, really. And Kelly shows up to smack Nathan and says, what if I told you about dicking around with Simon? And Nathan says he couldn't help getting fresh with Simon after looking to his big, beautiful eyes. He's like a handsome shark.
I mean, what a comparison.
I don't know. Shark's eyes are black and Simon's eyes are way blue. So
if someone said that to me, no. Definitely, that is not.
You're like a handsome shark. Oh yeah, he goes. He loves Simon, and his feelings are true and pure. Well, they are true. He stops himself with saying pure. Yeah, and he thinks Simon completes him. And Kelly says that's from Jerry Maguire, and Nathan says, I've watched it 4 times last night. I'm like, that's a lot of show me the money for sure.
One after the other, 4 times. That's extreme.
Kelly asks if Nathan is gay, and Nathan says, gay, straight. Why do we have to put labels on everything? I'm like, damn, he went there. Like, dropping that R word. Yeah. This was right on the cusp of that being canceled.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Yeah.
So she wonders if this is why they never really got together. And he says, this is why he picked on Simon. It's because it's so much easier to humiliate, degrade, and shit on someone than it is to admit that you love them.
What? Oh, I know. But the thing is, though, it does sound like something normal Nathan would say. So,
I mean, it is. I mean, that is true, though. It is true. Yeah. It's easier to, do that.
Yeah.
For some reason, it is. I don't know why it is, but why is that? Anyway, that's a question for another day.
Yeah.
So she turns and walks out, and sad music plays.
Little violins.
Little violins. Later, Simon is eating his lunch, and Alisha walks up to be nice to him and gives him a drink, which is not suspicious at all. And she randomly asks, do you think about the future?
She's like intrigued, isn't she?
Yeah, now she's like, I want to know about this guy. And he's like, all the time, we need to be ready because one day somebody's going to find out about us. Everything will change.
Ominous.
Yeah. She decides to thank him for looking out for them and with the probation worker stuff and asks why. And he's like, why are you being so nice to me? And she's like, I can be nice sometimes.
No, I think it's valid, him saying that, definitely.
Yeah, it's like, yeah. And she's like, I'm sorry for ever being a to you. And he says he never thought of her as a and says that it's sometimes difficult for beautiful girls because people don't see like past their looks.
Oh, I love Simon.
They're having a little moment.
Yeah.
And she just kind of smiles awkwardly and she excuses herself like, oh my gosh, like it took too much.
Yeah.
Like I can't be here right now.
Yeah.
So, inside, as they get up to leave, Nathan turns up right behind Simon and hands him a letter. And he just turns around and leaves, and he like leans in with Simon, like he like leans into Simon with Simon backed up against the locker. And Kelly's just watching, like, what the hell? And Nathan gets a little too close, and she sees like this heart tattoo with Simon written in it on his shoulder, on Nathan's shoulder. Anyway, so Nathan's over here saying, it's just so hard when you're so cute and I'm so horny and there's only a couple of thin layers of cotton separating our genitals.
I was too early when I said that then.
You were a bit...
Yeah.
You were there. Sorry.
It's so funny.
It is wrong, but it's also kind of hot at the same time.
Yeah.
And so Nathan walks off and Kelly's like, did you know about his tattoo? And he says, no, I didn't know it. So after a quick commercial break, we go back to the tattoo parlor and Kelly goes back to that guy and, confronts him like, hey, what'd you do to Nathan? And he says, I didn't tattoo Nathan. And she hears his thoughts and she's on to me. I better figure this out. and so she finally is like, what did you do? And it turned Nathan into a gay. I'm like, a gay? Really? And he says, he always liked you. He was like, I always liked you. He says, and she says, you can't turn people gay because they're dickheads. You just can't do it. And so he points his needle at her and says, I'm going to make you so happy. And he puts his little whammy on her.
Yeah. Not a good look.
At Alicia's place, future Simon climbs into the window and looks around for a second before trying to hide from Alisha on the side of her bed, which she immediately finds him and wonders, have you been sticking my... She's like, have you been sniffing my knickers? And he says, do you think I traveled through space and time to sniff your knickers? And she says, I don't know, did you? And he's like, no. I don't know why we had this conversation, but we did. No. And so he stands up and gives her back her necklace that the mugger took. Oh, he got it back for her.
Oh, he got it back.
But I mean, the clasp was broken now. He ripped it right off her.
Yeah.
He tells her it's not your fault what happened to all of us, right? Because she's talking about her power and everything. And he's like, oh, don't worry. We didn't choose this. And she asks, why did you come back in time? And he says, I came back for you. And she asks, when will they get together? And he says, will you fall in love with me? And she gets upset because he knows things that she doesn't, and it's freaking her out. And he touches her face and says he needs to go. So he does.
Yeah. The only thing that I always think with these moments is like, just by him telling her that and making her know it, isn't that going to change time anyway? Because she's already started acting differently, hasn't she?
But unless we see, there's got to be more. There's like maybe more. He gets more information than he knows more.
Yeah.
That's all I can say. That's all he knows what's going on. So the next day, Simon walks into the locker room to find Kelly has a heart tattoo on her shoulder that says Vince, and it's like,
Vince.
And in the hall, Curtis walks up to Alisha, asking her, "Hey, let's go to the storeroom," and for their little wanky,
tryst.
sexy time.
Yeah.
But she's not in the mood. Big red flag. Hello. That's a big red flag. And he asks, what's up? And she starts to gripe about how this is all they can ever do. And he says, it's not my fault I can't touch you. And she's like, oh, so it's my fault. Maybe I just deserve this. And then she goes, maybe she deserves this, but she needs him to make her feel like she doesn't deserve it. That's what she says.
Yeah.
I'm like, I mean, if we didn't know what was going on with her, this would be out of nowhere for him.
Yeah.
In his shoes, it's like it's coming out of left field. Like, what?
Yeah. Like a bit confusing. Because her character's just in this moment, it's completely changing significantly already.
She's having an emotional connection with somebody.
Yeah, definitely.
So back in the locker room, Simon shows Kelly and Nathan their tattoos and tells them that Vince did this to them and your affections are doing all the talking for you from the tattoos.
Yeah.
So later on, Alisha shows up at future Simon's lair and says she doesn't know what's true and she's confused. So he just hugs her and she pulls away and they look into each other's eyes, but he realizes he's got a limited amount of time as he sees a countdown clock behind her. And he says, I have to go and do something, but wait here for me.
Oh.
I'm like,
I would wait.
He says it'll be all right. And, he should know because he's from the future. There's that. After another commercial break, we see the gang is outside and Simon says they need to get to Vince to remove those tattoos. And Kelly says, I didn't think he did it. And Curtis is more concerned with Alisha and Nathan's going on a rant about how love hurts.
Yeah.
And so they look up and they see the masked vigilante is looking down at them and he moves something from his belt and he's going to throw it down. And Nathan's like, he's got a gun. And he jumps in front of Simon. Did you notice that?
Yeah.
He jumped in front of Simon. I was like, oh, he really does love him.
Cute. Oh, I loved it.
But in actuality, the vigilante actually just throws down peanuts, a bag of peanuts, and some dry roasted peanuts. And everybody's like, what is this for? So they head on to the tattoo parlor to find Vince is waiting for them, and they demand that he get rid of the tattoos, but he's not budging. So Kelly walks over to him. She's like, he's so fit. And Curtis is like, remove the tattoos. And so the guy points the needle at Curtis and tattoos a knife stabbing him into the gut, which is hurting him.
Yeah.
And he's like, you all need to leave, but Kelly can stay. And that's when Simon whips out the peanuts. He sees a peanut allergy sign on the wall and he's like, hey, I've got these. And this guy is freaked out. I'm like, I don't understand. Like, it's just peanuts. Just because they're in the room with you is not going to kill you. Like, he says, remove the tattoo. And the guy's like, drop the nuts. and there's like this back and forth of that.
This is whole standoff.
It's really stupid. But so eventually Simon opens the bag, flinging these nuts at this guy. And the guy's like, which does nothing because they have to be ingested. And so the tattoo guy like wraps barbed wire. He tattoos a barbed wire around Simon's neck and starts to strangle him with it. And he's threatening to like stick Kelly in the eye. And luckily, like somehow, like Simon falls down, but he's able to grab one nut and fling it into the air, and it perfectly lands in this guy's mouth. Perfect shot. And he's like, "Oh, help me!" I'm like, first of all, he's choking. It's not him an allergic reaction, but whatever. Yeah. He's like, I need my EpiPen. So Simon grabs the EpiPen. He says, no, remove the tattoos. He goes, give me my EpiPen. Remove the tattoos. And so then he removes the tattoos. So Simon stabs him in the chest with the EpiPen. I'm like, that's right in the heart. And then, of course, Kelly's pissed off. She starts to kick the guy for, tattooing her. Yeah, without her permission.
Rightly so.
No means no. I don't want a tattoo. Later on, Curtis goes back to that girl's flat and brings her some new pajamas.
Pajamas.
And she goes inside and he follows her into the living room where she has to be on an oxygen mask. She's like, like wheezing and stuff. And he's like, oh my God, you okay? She's like, yeah, I'm fine. No, it's looks worse than it is what she says. And so he's like, is there anything I can do? She was got a spare heart. That's sad. And so she's, I'll be fine. Don't worry. He's like, I feel weird about leaving you here. She's like, don't worry about me. He's like, okay. And you can tell he feels guilty anyway.
Yeah.
Finally, we go back to, not finally, excuse me. We go back to Simon's lair, future Simon's lair. And Alisha is watching a future news broadcast from 3 months in the future. That says that they had gotten their powers 3 months ago.
Yeah.
And it's about the Asbo 5, who are now, I guess, superheroes. And she's like, and then she sees herself giving an interview about how she got her powers and blah, blah, blah.
It's pretty cool. I liked that. Like that.
It's kind of neat, but it's like, you're going to mess with what you say. If you see yourself doing the interview, you're going to try to say something different. Yeah. It might mess things up. You never know. Anyway, so future Simon comes back in and says, you shouldn't be watching that video. And she's like, are we going to become famous? And he's like, do you want to be famous? She's like, And so he just closes the laptop and he goes, sometimes I think that was the best time of my life.
Oh.
And she goes, well, why? Does something bad happen? Do I die? And he goes, that won't happen. Well, if I'm here or something like that. It's like, that doesn't sound good.
No, so it's giving us a little tidbit of like, the stakes are quite high here.
So she asks what happens now, and he looks at her and he kisses her. And I mean, future Simon is sexy as hell. He just really is.
He really is.
He really is.
Yeah.
And so we jump, and they jump into bed, and they're slowly starting to make love, and it's super hot. And he goes down south, if you know what I'm saying.
He does.
He goes to town, like that he cleaned his plate. So all I can say, he cleaned that plate. He was all about it. It felt more graphic than I was actually remembering it being. I was like, whoa, okay. Well, we're still showing this. Okay. Anyway, so Alisha says, don't take it the wrong way, but you're better than I thought you'd be. And he says, well, I had a good teacher. Kind of weird that it was her that she doesn't remember teaching it. But
yeah.
So she realizes how much she missed touching someone. And then she gets reflective and can't believe I can't believe I'm with you, Simon, and you're still technically a virgin right at this point. And he goes, not for long. She goes, oh, so I take your virginity? And he's like, no. I was like, damn.
I was like, whoa. Doesn't even try to hide it.
And she's kind of jealous too now.
Yeah. She's like, I want to know who it is. I'm going to burn them.
Anyway, after another commercial break, Nathan and Kelly are hanging out in his flat. Well, his loft, whatever that is.
Bit, yeah, balcony.
And I did write in his flat. That's so funny because that's technically what it is for him. And he comes on to her to prove he's not gay. He's back to normal, as close as he can be.
Yeah.
And then he hits on her and she's like, okay, well, let's do this finally, right? Let's go ahead and start this. So they start to like make out, and it's awkward where his hands are going, and then he can't get her fly open. And then she's just kind of like,
and the whole scene is just awkwardness, isn't it?
Yeah. And he's like, gets his hand down her pants, but she's like, is this doing anything for you? And he's like, well, I'm a guy. So no. And basically she's kind of like, I think we just need to be friends because this is not doing anything for me. He was like, all that buildup and it went nowhere, basically. And so that's the gist of the scene.
Yeah, they kind of agree, don't they, that it's like, doesn't she say it's like kissing my brother or something
or
like
her
that?
cousin or something like that.
Something like that. So yeah, but they kind of do agree that they have the same thought about that, and it kind of nips that romance in the bud quite quickly. Which is sad. I would have liked to have seen that play out a little bit, I think.
Yeah, I kind of wanted to see them in a little bit more of a romantic situation. But
yeah, just to see. But yeah, they nip it in the bud very quickly, that.
Oh, well. The next morning, Alisha wakes up to find future Simon working out, and he's getting all those muscles primed for her.
Oh, it's very sweaty.
He like looks at her while he's doing it. It's gonna, yeah. So she says, I have to get to my community service. And she asks if they are going to be seeing each other now. And he's like, yes, but you still need to keep up appearances with Curtis and everybody else. And just like,
just like, carry on as normal.
A double life, basically. And later, the group walks to their latest cleanup, and Simon actually rips into Nathan, like, funnily, roasts him about, are you not in love with me anymore? It's kind of fun that he had to turn the tables. It's like, good for you, Simon.
Yeah.
And they talk about the masked vigilante, and Simon says they need to find out who it is, but Alicia's like, we should just leave it alone. Let him do his thing. So not suspicious at all.
Now she's had some of the super hoodie. She ain't going back.
She's like, no, I need this to be a me thing for now.
Yeah.
And with that, that's the end of that episode.
Yeah.
It was a fun one.
Yeah, I love this episode. I always remember that whole reveal with Simon in the shower, being so shocked by it and like just intrigued by everything that goes on. And the tattoo guy has stayed with me after all these years. I remember this episode for the tattoo scenes.
I forgot all about the tattoo thing. I really did. I was like, oh, I forgot. You know, I'm gearing up for a certain person, and I'm thinking it comes up later this season, but I'm not sure.
I think I know what you mean. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure yet. I'm not sure if that happens now, but. Anyway, so if you like what's going on so far on Misfits, if it's your first time watching it and rewatching with us, let us know. Reach out to us. Email the rewatchrecap@gmail.com. I have the new email address there. The rewatchrecap@gmail.
Let us know.
Yeah. And check out the link tree. All that information's on there. You can follow us on YouTube. Link, there to subscribe and all that good stuff. And get some merch while you're at it.
Woohoo!
We'll see you here next time for Misfits Series 2, Episode 4. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.